Hello, everyone. Today we have with us a professor who will talk about his life and his work. Hello, everyone. Once again, good to be with you. We have with us Professor Anil Bera, an economist, a distinguished economist who teaches in the United States, but at this time he is in his native area in West Bengal. Over to you, Professor. Let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you. Subodh, really nice, of you giving me this chance to talk. And so, I mean, he just asked me about my topic, so I didn't know what to say. So, but I think I can summarize in 2 words my life and work. And I was just telling you that I am 60 years old. Just let me hand it down. Yeah, 68 years old. So my life is kind of comparatively long, particularly to the listeners. And to summarize, it has been a long journey. And I was born, if you can see the background in this house, you can see it's a mud house. And I think this is the only kind of house still standing, not only in my village, in the whole surrounding. It's a 70 years old house that my father's built. And I saw it, he built it by, very gradually because he didn't have money. So it took him, I think, 10 years to build it. And you can see the background, mud, walls. And I think in that sense, I feel I'm very lucky that I can, still come back to my place and live in a house where I grew up. And also I can see all those doors and windows that is now sort of familiar. So I think, I feel in that sense lucky. So a lot of visitors come, why you are spending money on this house? In innovating, but I say, I can build if I want a big building or a palace if I want, but nothing will be, anywhere near this building or this house, mud house, where I and my brothers and sisters also grew up. And so this is the beginning of this, place. It's still a remote village, and you may not believe my village didn't have even electricity until recently. And now, Subodh, you can imagine that now we are talking internet.
Yes.
It's a big, huge,
Yeah.
or jump. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the beginning. And I went to, school, primary school. I'll come later talk about it. But now the place I am is University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I think one of the top university, world's top university, and I'm also lucky to be there. And I have been teaching there now, more than 40 years of my life, So I joined in 1983, so I'm there still. And but I should want to make a correction. I am not exactly an economist. So before you ask me, anybody can ask me about economic questions or how to make money. No, I cannot answer that at all. And when I was in my village, kind of primary school, then I went to high school. See, that time the system was, by the time you reach the 9th grade, you have to decide what you want to be.
Yes.
And nothing you can change after that.
No.
And it's very strict, and so, but I loved, of course, I liked math. I was pretty good at that, but my real love was history and literature.
Okay.
Then my father, who was a doctor, a homeopathic doctor in the village, so he told me, no, you can be a bad teacher or even can be a bad doctor, but you can never be a bad writer. There is no money, in those kind of fields. So he said, no, you have to, then I had to study science.
Yeah.
So I ended up, science with standard, physics, chemistry, mathematics. Then I had another subject called fourth subject, mechanics. So I became a science student. And Now jumping, no, my father is not there anymore. So now I am free to do anything. So I, now have gone back to my old love, like, history and literature. So I kind of sometimes try to write on those. Particularly in terms of literature, I am very fond of, literature. Of course, in Bengali, we are very lucky to have Rabindranath Tagore. But I love reading, all the world, literature as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because one good thing about, say, living abroad or with the dollar, that I can afford to buy books.
Yeah.
Which I could do while I was in India. So I can, afford that. So I mean, nowadays I spend a lot of time in visiting many places, and then of course, even also when I visit, I try to visit those places where Tagore himself visited.
Okay.
So I don't choose my places, just randomly, but so I have been doing that for the last 20 years. So that is, one thing. And so in terms of education, I started, of course, in our village primary school. And you won't believe I think, it had only one room when I started. And then it had around more than 100 students.
Yes.
And only with 2 teachers.
Yes.
And you may not believe, I think I still believe that I got, or most of the students were a good education.
Yeah.
Teachers were sincere, very sincere. I mean, compared to now. And there was absolutely no politics.
Yes.
The education and politics was completely, orthogonal, but not now. Now you cannot separate them out, and that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Particularly West Bengal, I see that every day. And so I had my, education in primary school. Then I went to high school. Then I did the science stream, and then after science, then what happened? My father told me, if you can get a very good result in the high school, that was like a class 11, and that was the minimum qualification for a teacher. My father told me, then you can become a teacher in our primary school.
Yes.
I thought that was great, So I had a job in hand before I was, finishing my high school.
Yes.
So, and I mean, again, I wanted to become a teacher. My father told me, look at, one day he showed me the farmer is plowing the land in the middle of the day, in the hot, day. And he said, what do you want to become? You want to become the primary school teacher or like him? And of course, I didn't want to be like him, it was a, kind of, what do you call it, back breaking work, plowing the land, So I thought that is really my goal, to become a teacher. I'm a primary school teacher in my village.
Yes, I understood.
Yeah. And then, I mean, whatever happened, I maybe tried a little too hard. And I somehow got a very good result in the what we call higher secondary, class 11.
Yes.
And when it was good result, and then, my teacher said, no, you cannot stop. You have to go to college.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in a college.
Yeah.
And again, I went to what a very good college. It's called Ramakrishna Mission, Narendrapur Ramakrishna Mission.
Yeah.
I had no idea, So, and then what to study, and that time there is a huge, it was 1971. I graduated from high school.
Yeah.
There was hardly any job if you study the general stream, like physics, chemistry, mathematics.
Yeah.
Then we heard about this subject called statistics, but we had no idea what is this means, statistics.
Yes.
Absolutely no idea.
Yes.
And then I thought, it sounds so nice and very, kind of mouthful. We thought this must not be the general subject. In the general line, we thought it was just like engineering.
Yeah.
But engineering is a job. So I took the statistics as my honor subject, and mathematics and physics as the part subject.
Yeah.
And so I had this funny story. So after the admission, I came back to my village. Then, since I had a good result, so villagers were keen, although they have no idea what I am to learn. They said, no, my father was a doctor. He said, no, Dr. Sam, what did you do with your son? Where is he going? And what is he going to study? Then I said, he is going to an ashram. Means Ramakrishna Mission ashram.
Yeah.
Ashram means like those places where you send your old, kind of parents,
Yeah.
your son to the ashram. Why did you do this? That's too bad. So that was the first question. Second question, say, Paul, my father said he's going to study statistics. And the villager, of course, they never heard about it.
Never heard about it.
So why statistics? Then my father tried to. Of course, my father also had no idea what is statistics.
Yeah.
This is one of the best subjects, to study. Then the villagers went on, why do you say it is the best subject, And then my father said, oh no, you won't understand if I, And these villagers are mostly, not very educated, but very keen to know what's what.
Yeah.
And then my father said, then this asked, what is statistics? What is going to know? Then my father didn't know anything. So he said, it is all about counting. He said, what kind of counting? And my father was the learned man in the village, so he never had this occasion. People were interrogating him,
Yeah.
subject, and villagers immediately knew that my father didn't know what he's talking about.
Doesn't know, right?
Oh, he didn't know what to say. Oh, he's counting how many cows people have, how many goats people have. This. Then one villager said, what that you have to go to the city to study? I know how many goats are in the village, how many cows in this village. I know all of it. Then my father was completely, I could see he's getting nervous and he had to answer something. He says, no, you know about the village. Then father immediately asked this guy, do you know how many cows are there in the whole world? Do you know anything about that? No, I don't know. That's what my son is going to study a subject. Sitting here, he can tell how many cows are there in the whole world.
Yeah.
So that's the way. And he says, that's, no. Yeah, that's they cannot do. So it's worth studying.
Okay.
So, yeah. So but what happened? Statistics, I love math. So it was not a big,
No.
issue. So it was good. So then I went to, again, the same thing happened. I thought I will try to get a job, after my undergraduate. Again, my head of the department said, no, that's not the way to do it. I said, I need money. Then he told me there is a place in Calcutta where they give you money to study.
Yeah.
I said, is there a place like that? They'll give me money to study?
Yeah.
He said, yes, but you have to write in admission test.
Yes.
So, and this is this ISI.
Yes.
Yeah. And ISI, you won't believe this. That time, even now, everybody get admitted, they get a fellowship or what you can scholarship.
Yes.
And the amount of scholarship enough to live.
Yes.
More than enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I went there to do the written exam. I passed the written exam. And then I wanted, there was a call, we call them oral exam. I don't know why they call oral exam. They don't know, as if they're trying to, check your mouth or something. So, but I went there not exactly to get the admission. And my main aim was to get the scholarship.
Yes.
So that I can, send money to home.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and, so it was my college, head of the Department of Statistics. He insisted that I at least sit for this exam. If I don't get it, then I look for a job. If I get it, then I got the money, he told me.
Yeah.
So again, I was very lucky to be get admitted in ISI. But when I was in ISI, I did statistics. But I love statistics still now. That's my still first love. But I had this issue, and ISI is a very math place, everything is mathematics.
Yeah, everything.
Too much mathematics. But I love statistics so much. By the time I said, no, do I want to do major theory? No, for my whole life, I don't want to do major theory. But then, the whole idea of the ISI was that you cannot do statistics without major theory.
Yeah,
I mean, their statistics means, pure theory.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I was, kind of completely second, I have a good result in statistics, and then I cannot do statistics. Then no, I was really very kind of, almost depressed. What to do with my life now? And then luckily, and I would say tell you this little story which came later on. There was this guy, very famous mathematician, K.R. Parthasarathi.
Yeah.
We used to call him KRP. Yeah, but this story happened, but it made sense to me. One day he was teaching major theory in the class. Then he was a fantastic teacher. One of the, I attended only one or two lectures. And then one day in the class, he said, the class was full. He was not very happy. He said, this many people want to do mathematics, no way. And then he said, that the mathematics is only for the Brahmins. But the Brahmins, of course, he meant, the intellectual.
Yeah.
Then he said, look, I don't want to see so many people in my class, next day. Only those who are, can learn mathematics, they should be in the class. Then he felt a little bit bad by saying, they said, don't worry. If you cannot do math, you can do statistics.
Yeah.
Then if you cannot do statistics, you can do economics.
Right.
Then if you cannot do economics, they say, no, there are some people, they cannot even do economics. Then they should go to politics. This great institute, ISI, has facilities for everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So by politics, he meant there are workers' union in ISI.
Yes.
And a lot of faculty even involved in their workers' union, demanding this and that. So I think that's what he meant.
Yes.
Yeah. So I could not do math statistics. Then I said, what else I got? So that's why I switched to economics in my second year of master program.
Yes.
I was very lucky. Then I switched to, I was in Calcutta ISI, then I switched to Delhi ISI.
Yes.
I had a great teachers, again lucky.
Yeah.
Like, T.N. Srinivasan, I had Suresh Tendulkar, and
Yes.
then there was a guy called P.K. Chetty,
Yes.
a great guy, very, I should not say anything bad about my teacher, but he was there. Yeah. So I had a kind of, in that sense, a fantastic education.
Yes, you did.
So then ISI, and then I'm just telling the story.
Yeah.
It is nothing that I planned anything.
No.
It's just incremental. It just comes to you. That was, I think I was lucky to have those opportunities, but I was again, tried to use those opportunities whenever it came.
Yes.
Yeah. So then this my teacher, Professor V.K. Chetty. In fact, you might have heard of his son. He's called Raj Chetty, very famous economist.
Yes, we know. Yes.
Yeah, but Raj was not even born there. It was 1977. I got graduated.
Yes.
So Raj was not born there. Born still.
Right.
Yeah. So I started doing. Say immediately, Chetty said, "No, you have to do get PhD.
Yeah.
You have to do that doing PhD." So I started doing PhD with.
And by the way, when you started doing PhD, what did you tell in your village you were doing? Counting cows?
Oh, no. Oh, then okay, I think going a little bit forward, I started doing PhD in 1977, which under Chetty.
Yes.
But until 1979, I had nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
No paper, nothing I have done.
Right.
As a PhD. But I was thinking and doing something.
Right.
My father told me, you did PSC in 3 years.
Yes.
Then MSTED in 2 years.
Yes.
Then he thought, what you are doing this PhD and in 2 years you said you have not done anything, it will take another 2 years.
Yeah.
What is this degree you are doing? So he was not very happy that I'm taking so much time
Right.
to do PhD. PhD. So he don't get a job after the 1.5 years.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to this PhD, because I think he calculated that it should take you 1 year.
Yes.
Mathematics, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year.
Yeah, finished.
So, yeah, finish. And yeah. And then I told him that, no, it's a big thing and you have to write a thesis and all those things. But so then because I had lots of brothers and sisters. No, I was sending money. I was getting as a PhD student, you would believe, around 400 rupees that time.
Yes.
But now in ISI, that has increased to 20,000 rupees, the fellowship now.
Per year.
Oh, no, per month.
Oh, per month?
So ISI is one of the, they pay so much money to study.
You were rich.
No. In my time, it was 400 rupees.
Yes.
In my time.
Yes.
But now, increase over time, it is,
No, I'm asking about you. For 400 was pretty good money.
Oh, really? Yeah. So out of 400, you won't believe, ISI, there is, you don't pay any rent.
Yes.
The institute, they're very friendly. Almost like I would say 5-star hotel is like an ISI daily. Hostels are you get your own room. There is a geyser, hot and cold water supply, and it is very good condition and no rent.
No rent, right?
No rent, and there is a student mess. It was little expensive, so I ate in a dhaba.
Yeah.
The Delhi campus is called.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Katvire Sarai. So the one guy who was our driver of the said, no, Beraji, come to my dhaba. You have to pay only 50 rupees.
Yes.
Or 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
50 rupees.
Yeah.
So I was able to send 300 rupees home out of 400 rupees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was good.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. But my father said, no, if you get a job with your degree, you should be getting a job of 1,000 rupees at least. As a college lecturer, because I have master's degree.
Yes.
He said, no, get a job. And he calculated everything, telling me, you are losing 600 rupees every month by staying in Delhi. You can get a job.
Yes.
Because of his, okay. So I was, then I went to Chetty one day, say, Chetty, Professor Chetty, I have a problem, but I was doing pure economics with him because he was an economist.
Yes.
Because I had switched economics by that time.
Yes.
Okay. So I take him and say, look, I have a problem. He said, come to my house. Let us talk about your problem. What kind of problem you have? Okay. And what happened? Since my background was in statistics, but in undergraduate degree, I physics and mathematics. But when in economics, I had real problem.
Yeah.
I'll be presenting papers, not my papers, but some other people work. And then Chetty will be on one side, because she was doing mathematical economics, pure mathematical economics, and I was his student. Then other side will be more real solid economics like T.N. Srinivasan and who are Suresh Tendulkar, so
yes.
join. And these two groups will start fighting with each other.
Yes.
In the seminar room.
Yes.
And it's a very bitter fight. You cannot imagine how bitter those fights are.
Yes.
And then, I will listen to Chetty. Oh, it seems very reasonable to me what he's saying. Then Professor T.N. Srinivasan will say something that's also reasonable to me, but he will be telling something opposite. And I was so confused. I said, what is this subject? Because statistics, it's almost pure mathematics.
Yes.
I could understand it.
Yes.
Then I thought, no, this subject is not for me.
Yeah.
So you can imagine after 2 years having nothing, and then, I think, I have to get a job. Then I went to one of my teachers, he was my college teacher. And so he was posted in Delhi. After, he quit the college teachership, he passed what is called ISS, Indian Statistical Service.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was a high official there already. So I went to see him, because he was my teacher. We saw him. Then I told him, no, I'm quitting my PhD. I want to write for this, ICE exam. I look at the exam, not very tough, I saw, and it's the written part. Then he was so upset. No, you should not be like me. You should be doing research. And, he told me, don't think about it. If you don't like, economics, you maybe go back to statistics. But don't come to this job. This is not a job, You won't be happy. Just told me straight away. So then I didn't know what to do, it's so confusing. And then I thought, let me ask Chetty, his permission to anything. He says, come to my house. So I went to the house and said, what is your problem? Tell me. Then what kind of problem you have? You know what Chetty told? Then I said, no, sir, I have some monetary problem. Money. And you know what Chetty did? He jumped up from his chair. Monetary problem. That's fantastic. I said, what's going to say? He says, look, that, in economics, they call them monetarists, but they are not at all monetarists.
Yeah.
Like, talk about, Milton Friedman. He thinks he's a monetarist, but he does not know anything about the money. That's the great idea you have. So you forget about what you're doing now. Let us from tomorrow start doing this monetary theory completely from the scratch. But my idea was that, I need a job.
Yes.
I said, no, I cannot talk to this guy anymore. I said, yeah, I think what you're talking about,
Yeah.
And but again, everything happened by chance. And I then came back to, my hostel. I don't know what. Then suddenly there was a guy, a professor from AMU was visiting ISI. Then the meeting was very accidental. Then I told him, what my background was. Then I told him, I have a dilemma. I don't know what to do. I have statistics. I love statistics. Then I did economics, but looks like, I really don't enjoy economics. I don't know what to do. And this guy happened, you might know his name, Professor Prof. Trivedi. Yeah, Trivedi. He was a professor there at ANU, Australian National University. He said, no, you have a perfect background. I will perfect for what? To do econometrics. If you know statistics, he said, why don't you apply to ANU? But in the meantime, then I said, no, I should be not just only apply. I never heard of ANU. Who knows about it,
No.
Australia? I didn't know much about him in Australia.
Yeah.
So I applied to, in fact, when I was going to ANU, people ask you, where you are going to ANU? What is that? What is ANU? Then I didn't have no answer. I said, no, it is like JNU, because JNU was no ISI. And they will make it fun. Oh, like JNU, will be very happy there. So, JNU, I'm an old man, I can tell you. We are in ISI, and every afternoon we'll walk to JNU.
Yeah.
Because they had beautiful girls.
Yes.
And that's why we go to JNU. That's very good, you'll be very happy there. And ANU, it is like JNU.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and I applied, but it was not successful in that time. Then I applied to US. Why you are applying to one place in Australia? Everybody goes to US. You apply to US. But then I applied to US. And I think I got very good response. But then I will ask them, are you going to give me my airfare?
Yeah.
To go to your university? They say, what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Then it didn't work. So then second time I got, admission in ANU. It is not only admission, it is a 3-year complete fellowship.
Yes.
3-year complete fellowship.
Yes.
Not only that, they will give you years here
Yes.
to go there.
Yes.
I thought, and then they told me, we'll pay you your fare, but you have to finish your PhD in 3 years. That's the condition.
Yes.
So 3-year fellowship, and that fellowship, you won't believe, it was exactly 400 Australian dollar.
Yeah.
And that time, Australian dollar was more valuable than US dollar.
Okay.
Australian dollar was 12 rupees per dollar, and 12, and US was $10, 10
Yeah.
rupees.
Yeah.
Money was real good money.
Yes.
And then it also had a nice option.
Yeah.
They will look at your progress, kind of this around 6 months. If they think that you cannot succeed, then you have to come back to India.
Yes.
Not only, okay, that's bad, but they say we'll pay for that.
Yes.
So I thought, no, I have nothing to lose. At least I can get a free trip to Australia.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell anybody about this.
Yes.
Because in ISI University, Professor Chetty was very strong, having a big battalion of students.
Yes.
I think I told you about K.R. Parthasarathi, Professor KRP.
Yeah.
He had around 10 or 12 students.
Yes.
Some of them became very famous, all math students.
Yes.
So he will walk, to the coffee, canteen, and then 12 people will be following him.
Yes.
So we call that his battalion.
Yes, his battalion, right.
Huge battalion. And Chetty had a very small battalion, only
Yes.
3 people, including me.
Yes.
And he didn't want to lose me.
Yes.
So I cannot tell him that I'm going to Australia. So
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody at all.
Yeah.
So one night, my flight was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then when everybody slept by 11 o'clock, I quietly got out of the ISI hostel, went to the airport.
Wow.
Nobody knew.
Nobody.
Not a single person knew about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I ended up anyway, going to ANU then. So, and the money was good. $400 is, huge amount of money for me at
Yes.
that time. So I was there, and good or bad thing was that they will send you a notice. So I survived after 6 months. They said, okay, yeah, your progress is good. So, but you have to finish the PhD in 3 years. So
Yes.
every 6 months I will get a notice, Mr. Bera. You joined the program in 1979, 19th of March. So your PhD thesis will be due in 1982, 18th of March at 5 p.m. So it was, but I don't know. I already, progressing pretty good. I didn't bother about it. But then what happened? Then I started working with a lot of other people, including one of my colleagues, not classmates, he was one a senior to me. Then, so I started working with him. It's called Carlos Jarque. He's from Mexico. So I started working with him. And then we had some papers, but it was not with my PhD thesis. And I had another guy, I was writing my thesis with him. So I had a couple of papers. So, but he will get mad. This is my other professor, because I was working with a classmate but not working with him full time. So he'll come, check on me what I'm doing. Again, my classmate will come and check on me what I am doing. And both of them wanted to work, whatever I was working with them. Then I also had, because now I found out that my statistics background helped me a lot.
Yes.
Because of this Calcutta University statistics is really high standard.
Yes.
Very high standard.
Yes.
Because the syllabus was written by Mohal Novis.
Yes, of course.
So, and of course, ISI was world class.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my stat background was fantastic. Fantastically helping out. So I was working with lots of people. And so then, the first paper I wrote with my classmate, but he was 1 year senior to me. You might know this called Anil Bera test, the test for normality. So that was my first article I wrote with him. And so one day, the Carlos, he came to my room and he saw that I'm working on my PhD thesis chapter, and he was not happy. He says, no. You told me that today you will be completely spending the whole time in, work with him, and why you are working on your thesis. I said, no, I have to write my thesis. Well, no, look, Anil, what you are doing, it is too abstract. After 20 years, nobody will think about read this your paper.
Yeah.
But if we can develop a test for normality, then no, everybody will use it. That's what he told me. And he was so right about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that paper that we wrote, at that paper and some extension, I think it got around, I don't know the exact number, at least 8,000 citations.
Yes.
So, I mean, this guy, he was a super smart guy.
Yeah.
And he told me this, in 1980.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I wrote a lot of papers. Then when I was writing papers, I forgot about my thesis.
Yes.
I didn't finish my thesis. Then what my guide, Ray Byron, did, what he did? He stopped my fellowship after 3 years. He told the university, stop this fellow's, fellowship, because he's not working in his thesis.
Yes.
So he himself stopped it.
Yeah.
But then he was nice. Anil, I stopped it so that you finish your thesis, but I'll give you a teaching TA job.
Yeah.
And TA job is by hours.
Yes.
Then I started teaching. I love teaching, So I said, maybe, I will teach. So I started teaching a little bit more. Then I started getting, you won't believe, not 400 fellowship, $800
Yeah.
per month. Then I started, sending a huge amount of money, to my father. And father was so happy. He said, what kind of job you have now? No, he was suspicious, how you are getting so much money? Are you doing something side business? I said, no, I'm teaching here.
Yeah.
He said, that's a good job, just keep it.
Yeah.
But he said, don't leave this job. Whatever you have, don't care. You can go on with this job for the rest of the life.
Yeah.
But anyway, I finished I took another year. And, so that was the kind of, say, I mean, there's a lot of coincidence, like a chance that
Yeah.
meeting a professor from ANU, just ending up there. And so similar way I ended up. Then I wanted to look at a postdoc. So I got a very good postdoc in University of Leuven in Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the money was like, I forgot how much. It's like $1,200 per month.
Yeah.
So it's still, I had 400 fellowship, then 800 by teaching, 1,200 for doing nothing really.
Yeah.
Postdoc, but there is nobody to guide me or anything. I had,
Yeah.
So it was a 1-year job, and then okay. And then again, by chance, I got a job in Illinois.
Yeah.
But again, there's a lot of things happening. It's again by pure chance, And so I just, So, but that time I always wanted to come back to India.
Yeah.
So after finishing PhD Australia, I came to ISI where I studied, asking for a job. They said, no, you are too young to get a job in ISI.
Yeah.
You stay in the foreign country for another 3-4 years, and we'll see how you do. Then we'll think about giving you a job.
Okay.
Then I said, okay, I'll be there, Illinois, 3-4 years, and then maybe I'll get a job in ISI or somewhere in India and then come back. Then I'll come back. But that never happened, as you can see now. You just keep on going, and then, but this ANU hit me a lot because there was no coursework, unlike, like in US. So I was able to write kind of quite a few papers with, other professors and also with my, colleague, friend, Carlos Harke. So I have, in fact, by the time I finished PhD, I had enough paper to get tenure at UIUC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of, lucky coincidence. It happened. So I very quickly I got tenure to associate to, then within 6 or 7 years, I got my, full professorship.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's why I stayed there,
Yeah.
And then, in the meantime, you have any question you can ask, I'm just kind of doing a
No,
monologue.
I understand what you are saying. I'm of your age, so I know what you are saying. I'm just a couple of years older than you, so I know fully what you are saying. I understand. Right. Okay.
So I started, and I didn't have to really, work hard in some sense, because, compared to any regular job, as you can guess, our job research, we do something that what we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So it should not be work. So when I tell my students, I have a lot of PhD, and tell them, no, that, if it become a work, then no, don't do it. You do whatever you enjoy doing. So our research, and I am very very unorthodox type of, they will be in my room, my student will be sitting there 4, 5, 6 hours, maybe having tea with, some sweets or some snacks. We'll be chatting with this and that. Out of 6 hours, maybe we'll talk about 3 hours maximum about the real research.
Yeah.
Then I said, you should not feel that, you are struggling.
Yeah.
Just, so that's the way I had my PhD. I was just working with a lot of people and picking up topics which I enjoyed. And, so in a way, I can see a lot of people had, not as lucky as me. They had kind of really struggled, get a job and get tenure and so on.
Yeah.
So it was kind of smooth just because of those, lucky coincidences. That's what I think,
Yes.
So then I was able to spend a lot of time on other things.
Yes.
When I was in high school, I got into by the way, my father was a communist.
Was there?
Okay. My father was a Communist Party member.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, local. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. No, I have time. Yeah. So my father was so I got into this, but my father was a very mild variety. He was with the CPI,
Yes.
the Communist Party of India, Dange Party.
I know what is CPI. Yes.
The CPI, yeah. So then, but that time when I was finishing school, it was the Knox, and we thought they are the real communists.
Yes.
Yeah. So I little bit got involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I thought, then I do study quite keep in touch. And then I found out that Indian politics is just gone so bad, it is not really good politics anymore.
Yeah.
So then I thought, no, that's not my way of doing things anymore.
Okay.
But I really wanted to do something for India. So I have been coming to India regularly every year during summer and teaching in different places, including my own college, Ramakrishna Mission, then ISI. Then I have been to all those, other places to teach, in the summer. Okay. So that was one way of my kind of, coming back.
Yeah.
But not fully, but, per se. Then I started, then I thought I should be doing something for my own village.
Yes.
And I should confess something that some people find it not very, nice. They said, do you miss India? I said, no, not at all. No, I don't know miss India at all.
Yeah.
They said, what do you miss? Do you miss Bengal? I said, no, I don't miss Bengal at all. They said, oh, then you are very happy in US. You don't miss anything about India. No, I said, I only miss my village.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's the thing I always, it's like a very local, so I wanted to do something for village. So I started doing for my primary school. So I just said, when I was growing up, it has only one room, 100 students. Then that room now slowly almost started disappearing.
Yes.
By the time I was coming. And then the same teacher was there who taught me in 1963. The same teacher was there when I was coming back in 1980s, 1990s. So then we worked out, to have at least 2 good, what we call a pakka building.
Yes.
Not solid, it will be built up, say, brick, but with tali on the roof.
Yes.
Yeah. But I wanted to have a good building, so I built 2 big rooms. And then, that was a long time, around 1996, 7. But again, for that, I didn't give anybody any money. No, I gave money to my brother and told him that you do everything, but give me the hisab,
Yes.
I account each and every paisa.
Yeah.
He did that.
Huh.
So it was done. But then I wanted to do more for the school. So in 2020, I came to my village to build I said I'd spend 2 months and improve the school. Like there is no water supply. No. So there was no latrine for the kids. There's something in the very bad, They will be using the water from the tube well, but most of the time the tube well will be broken.
Yeah.
And they use the pond water for cooking.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Yeah.
They will be washing, there is this food program, they get the meal, midday meal, and then I saw they're cleaning the plates with the same bucket of water.
Yeah.
They'll put the same plate with the same water and just do this. And
Yeah.
so unhygienic. Then I told them then I'll come back and I'll do a submerged pump and do a tank, I'll do everything. But next time I came back, they thought, the politics, of course, village politics took over. They demanded, I cannot do it, I have to give the money here.
Yeah.
They will do it. But they put it in a very, oh, Professor Vera, said, why you have to do all those things, just give us money. You don't bother about these things, you have a lot of other things to do. Just give us the money, we'll do everything.
Yeah.
I just really, no, I am here for 2 months. I can do it, I can get people to do everything. Well, no. Then they say, no, then we'll not let you do it.
Yeah.
That was the case. But I came to do something. Then some villager came, if you want to do something, they have a lot of poor kids. They cannot, their parents have no education, so they cannot help in the studying. And they cannot go to, but my village, in the village, there is a huge coaching centers.
Yes.
So you can, everybody has to have go to coaching center because the teachers in the school, they don't teach much.
No.
Because these teachers themselves a coaching center.
Yes.
And if the student asks, I don't understand this, they say, no, don't worry, come to my coaching center.
Yes.
We'll explain everything.
Yes.
Only the rich kids can afford.
Yes.
So the poor kids, they stop going to school because they cannot do anything.
Yeah.
So then they told me, can I help them? I said, of course, I'll be happy. So that was 2020. I came in December by that time, then I had, started this school. It's not exactly school. So it is the helping the poor kids who has no other kind of, getting guidance from anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they come around 6 o'clock early in the morning, 6 to say 9:30. Well, now we have, say, in 3 years, we started very small. I think 20 students when I started in January 2020. Now we have 80 kids around and around 8 teachers. And they come in the morning and then up to 9:30 because the class starts, irregular school starts at 10 o'clock. And so that's the way, so now for 3 years. And then I was lucky in a way, the school was established just before COVID. But during COVID, it was shut down and I didn't like that because in my village, there's no COVID.
Yeah.
But they forced it to shut down.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it, but after a few months, I said, "No, forget. No, I'll provide all the mask, all the hand wash, everything, and we can still because there is no COVID. I knew because nobody goes out of my village and comes to my village, so there was no way. It can. Last 3 years, not a single case of COVID in my village, but surrounding places, little town they had. Okay, yeah. So I was lucky, but then I started giving. Then the kids stopped coming because their parents lost the job. Then I started giving them food. At least they can come and eat and then take some food home. So during the COVID time, And then and I would see the kids are coming, the torn clothes, nothing, kind of, complete torn clothes. And sometimes some kids will come to the class, school, the books, they'll be coming books. I don't know, you have seen these things, what we call in Bengal called Juli.
Yes, I know.
So, they have nothing, not even a shopping bag or anything, they'll
No.
come with this. And then I gave everybody a backpack.
Okay.
So everybody got backpack. Then we gave, a uniform, not very expensive, but a modest one to each and every kid. But I think, then I was in school. Now I go to school almost every day. Then I see they're not wearing those uniforms. What happened? Why are you not wearing uniforms? They have torn? No, they're not torn, but they don't fit anymore.
Yeah, they become big now.
Like 2020, almost 3 years. So these kids, they grow. So now
Right.
I have to think about again giving them the new sets of clothes. And so it was kind of, but I go there and you can imagine this kid. And another my purpose was, it's a very remote village. There is a lot of not only casteism. We have this, what do you call it? This upper caste Hindus, not Brahmins. See, sometimes those who have money, they call them upper caste. As soon as you have money or you are in a higher level of politics, they are upper caste. But then we have also people, there is a very bad term they are called, option. This is called Namo Sudra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, they're lower caste. But then there is a sizable Muslims. Huge amount of, now that we are almost 50-50. And you won't believe the Muslims are not second class, third class citizen, almost fourth class.
Yeah.
We don't generally we don't mix each other. I mean, no. But then my main aim was, attract the kids from every, category. Yeah. So, and I saw there will be these Muslim kids and the Namasudra kids along with the upper caste Hindu kids. But their only common thing is all are poor.
Yes.
But when they come to school, sometimes I'll take some chocolates or food. But then I'll see, they will be fighting over, then maybe they will be, a Hindu boy or a girl will take the piece of chocolate from a Muslim and then start eating. So this casteism or religion, absolutely for the kids, doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to have that kind of, influence, and if it starts, the children learn whatever casteism or racism is from observing the, adult people. But once they see that, they are all same. So far I have absolutely no incident or nothing last 3 years.
Okay.
So then, so it has been pretty, a good experience so far. I can see that, Yeah. But I have one bad experience. After my father passed away in 2004, that's a long time back, I wanted to have a good library.
Yeah.
Because I never had a library in my childhood.
Yes.
So I spent a lot of money to set up a library, free library.
Yes.
It ran only 1 year. After that, people stopped coming. Because, they had TV little bit, but then once they got the phone business, so I had to, so that is one of the bad experience I had.
Yeah.
No, it's not a bad experience, Yeah. So I had to give up this library, or business. So I still have the books, but I'm thinking now to have by now we are rent, we don't pay any rent, but we're using a called club, village club.
Yeah.
For teaching. So, but I want to have my own place if I can. Then I want put my library there. So the students can just, at least touch the books, pick up 1 or 2 and see what is there. Yeah. So that's what I think I have, thinking to have a own place.
That's a very commendable plan and a great story that you have told. I think we are coming to the end of the story.
Oh yeah, almost 1 hour. My goodness, I don't feel, So when we start,
Okay, no, it's a good story. It's a good story. Anything else you want to add?
Not really. But the only thing I will add for anybody, first for the local, lower level, I think you can give the message to the parents anywhere, whole India or even any other, developing countries. I think what you need education, good education.
Yes.
That will make all the difference.
Yes.
And particularly education of the girls. So when I have my school, I make emphasis that, we should get as many girls as possible. Not
Yes.
that we should ignore the boys.
Yes.
And that will make, big impact. And particularly, as you know, West Bengal, the education is the worst.
Yeah.
So much. I cannot imagine,
Yeah.
So, but I think people should get, good education. And I tell the students, look at me, I was just like you when I was,
Yes. Yes.
a kid, and it can make a huge difference. Not that you have to go to United States. So
Yeah.
get some education so that you can think yourself,
Yeah. Okay.
If girls get education, the children also will get education.
Yes.
So that's,
Yeah.
thing. And then I said, again, since I went to the Ramakrishna mission, I think there I'm not a religious person at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So in fact, I am not exactly, atheist, but I am more like agnostic. Some
Okay.
how do you
All
learn
right.
this? I said I learned it from Ramakrishna mission to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, that you should be not just a degree, be a good person morally.
Yeah.
And which is lacking, particularly like in West Bengal, particularly.
Okay.
The moral has gone down. So for the young people, I said education is good, but it should be a good moral instead.
Okay, that's a wonderful message. Let's end
Yeah.
here, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
come back to you in 1 year to see what progress you are making. And
Yeah. ABCD will be there. I hopefully, even I am not there, the ABCD will be there.
yeah, okay, that's great. All right, let's end it here for today. And
Yeah.
I'll come back to you in 1 year to see what you are doing and where it
Okay,
is
sure.
happening.
I'll be happy to do it.
Okay, fine. So
Okay,
let's
thank
say
you very
bye
much
to
for
the
giving me the
viewers.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be back with